Hello, Taurus. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Tarot Illuminati by Eric C. Dunn. Supportive Oracle Cards. You Are Clairvoyant Oracle Cards by Belinda Grace, illustrated by Elaine Marzen, if I can hold it long enough for it to focus. Okay. That way, if you'd like to find those people, their stuff, their cards, blah, 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 you can do that. Good. Okay. What's up with the environment? What's up with the environment? What's going on here? So, not to ruin it. This ends really well, but there's so much mystery here. And I'm not one to think that Taurus usually likes too much mystery. Like, you like to know what's happening so you can plan and decide what needs to be done. You like to have the time to mull it over and think about, well, this is what's going to go, and that's what's going to go, and then I can do this, and then I can do that. You like to be able to create a great plan, because the more information you have, the less surprises you have, the easier it is to make a foundation and a plan that will succeed. So, not knowing what's going on around you, I just don't see that being something you like enjoy usually, but you know, everybody's different. Personal transformation is where this is coming in. So, okay, with Taurus, and I've learned this about Taurus recently actually, when you look at a situation and you're like, this is bonkers to start with, like this is cuckoo land, expecting things to be neat and tidy or to stick to plan is just not realistic. It's just not going to happen. And when you go into this, and I feel like that's what this is, personal transformation, kind of like you've already accepted, like, there's going to be no structure like that. It's just not going to happen. I need to be a part of this. I need to make this work out. Structure, I'll do what I can, but the structure is chaos. Like that's the foundation of this. It's chaos, and then you got to do the best you can with it. That's just how it is. And when you get involved, it's almost like I'd like at least to have like some type of boundaries or some type of something to hold on to here. So you're going forward with openness and the Knight of Swords, which I don't know if you can see these. I guess I'm in the way. All right, so there's not going to be a very detailed structure, but you're like, can we at least find some boundaries here? This will stay within this parameter, that'll stay within that parameter. I can't define it perfectly, but like it's almost like, say, we can go over to the stream, we can go down to the street, we can go up to this house, so I know this is the contained area. What goes on in this contained area, that might be a whole nother story, but like, can we at least start setting some boundaries? And you're trying to like work this out, like if we can find boundaries of some sort, some type of something, to figure out how this is going to go. That's how you're going into it. Let me see what I can do with it. Let me see if I can find some type of structure in some respect, some type of boundary in some way. Okay, so what do we got in the environment? Like, there's a lot coming in. Oh, this is your first phase. Okay. There is kind of a combative energy here, but nothing that, like, it doesn't intimidate you or anything. I don't feel like anything like that. But I'm getting the Warrior with rewards, the Death card with the Magician, which they're calling it the Alchemist in this deck, but I read it like the Magician. There's a lot coming forward, a lot where somebody is trying to make things work out the way they think they should. Things are going really well. There's a very lucrative connection here. Somebody's fighting to make that work out. A new situation is coming forward. It's almost like someone selling one business and buying another business is kind of how it feels. Or leaving one job, going into another job. Selling one house, going into another house. Somebody's pushing this forward, making the success happen. Fighting to make it work out. There's a lot of rewards here. but they're actively making this change. They're making the death card happen. They're creating it. Now, what I feel like you're holding on to or seeing is like whatever the change is, whatever the past to future transition is, it's stabilizing things in the sense of like either there's more money, better this, or better, there's better something coming out of this. How much or the defined what it actually is a little bit fluid at this point, but it's definitely an upgrade. And that's the Ten of Pentacles here. So you're seeing that, you're trying to deal with it. You're kind of like, okay, that's how that's working out. I think that's okay. Again, you're trying to just define the boundaries. Success is around you, but it's kind of like where exactly this is going to land. I don't know, but it looks like it's going to land somewhere good. It looks like the intent, the person doing this is very confident that it's going to lead to some type of success in a better transition forward, a more stable position later. I'm going to have to flip a couple more cards because this is weird. But yeah, okay. Listen. Okay. They're doing this, okay. They're making this transition. They're going to this next level. Step up. Things are going well. And then they walk away from it. I flipped two more cards because I was just like, it can't be that, because I don't understand how you'd be okay with that. But this is what's happening. This is what's, they're just walking away from it. They're just kind of like dropping the whole situation. And then they get the Six of Swords backing it up. The 7 and 6 are telling me literally whatever it is, it doesn't go far enough. It doesn't go far enough where there's loss. And they just drop it. They just drop it. They drop it. You see this as a quick, like this is like, to you, it's the information is relayed to you really quickly. They just seem to have dropped it, and then, no, that's not happening anymore. Okay, I gotta go do this. It's almost like you're getting like a text or a message, or just they're telling you in passing, yeah, I decided not to do that. Okay, I gotta go. And they just kind of walk away. And you just, I feel like there might be just kind of the deer in the headlights look there, like, oh, we're not doing that now. Oh, okay. We're not doing that now. And it's just kind of like a little shell-shocked is what I'm getting. Like, ooh, like, oh, you were so, no? Oh, all right. It's just one of those things where you're like, what am I supposed to do? You just, there's nothing for you to do with it. It's just kind of like absorbing the energy. This is weird to me. Does it come back? This might be a situation where you pick up the ball later. Because I'm getting threshold with gratitude. Somehow, whatever the power was here in the beginning, it was on the other side. They fought for it, they wanted it, they were going to make it happen, they put it together. It was going to be a much better situation. Then they dropped it. The situation is now handed over to you at some point. In the future, it might be, I don't know why, but I'm getting like 2 to 3 months for most of you this is going to click in with. Could be like 2 to 3 months later. Because they got threshold with gratitude. Like the threshold is like them passing this over. Like I feel like that's what the threshold is. Like, you know, if you go from outside to inside, or like I feel like it changed like that. Like somebody handing something over to you. I'm not going to do anything else with this, so here, you can do something with it if you want. It could be, for example, if this is a spouse and they wanted to move, I don't want to say they dropped the ball, but they let it go because they started pushing it forward, wanting to make it happen, then they just kind of like, never mind, I'm not going to do it. You know that they still want to move, but now this is kind of like over in your hands, like you know they still want to do that. You know they still want this to happen. So now you're like, wait a minute, if I know this is going to happen anyway, how about I just take this, how about I just take the reins on this one? Maybe I start searching things out, maybe I make this happen. And we do it that way. Something like that. If this was like somebody changing businesses or changing a job, I feel like instead, you're not going to make them change jobs, so I'm not feeling that. But I do feel like it might be like, well, if they're looking to change a job, how far are we looking? Like, are they looking to change cities? Are they looking to change vocations? you're planning ahead, like, wait a minute, if they do that in the future, if this does come back around, what is that, how is that going to affect my life and what's going on around me? Like, this is how you're looking at the situation. Like, it's like, you're realizing this energy is not gone. I think that's the point. The energy's not gone, but now you get to kind of direct it forward. If you know they're going to keep going with it later, this is something where you try to get more of a footing. Like, all right, if this is going to keep happening, let me stabilize this. Let me take the reins of this where I can, and just see what I need to do. For a lot of you, I feel like it's a move thing or something, a move or some type of change like that. And you're kind of like, all right, if this is going to happen, what can I, since this person just put it down for now, they walked away from it, before they come back to it, what can I do to prepare to make myself ready so that way when this comes around next time, I can kind of help move it forward and help, you know, support this so this actually happens and it's not just lingering out there in the darkness where I have to wait for it to come around again. Because you have your final two cards, Opportunity with the Ten of Cups. This is what this is all about. This person did walk away from this, but these are minor arcana, which tells me it could be a temporary pause. They could be coming back to it. A couple months goes by, and I feel like you're going to get the heads up, like, oh, I think they're going to come back to this at some point. This is where it's going to give you that time to deal with it, make sense of it, get comfortable with it, and try to help direct it where you think it should go. That's why you got this outcome. Opportunity with the Ten of Cups. You're helping this opportunity happen, but also to where you feel it's more stable, and it's not going to be like run fast now and then just ignore it, and then run fast again once in a while. Like, it'll be looming in the darkness. Otherwise, you'll just be like, when will it come back? When will it be around? Instead of letting it loom out in the darkness, waiting for, like, when will it be here? You're like, where is that? Let me try to search it out and try to promote it coming forward in a way that I can direct it to where it will be a profitable thing for everybody. I hope this is making sense. It's basically saying something that shell-shocked you and just kind of disappeared, it will be coming back, but when you see signs of it coming back, you have time to make peace with it and move it where you need it to go. That's what they're saying. They're saying it seems like it's really crazy and unpredictable to start with. When it just kind of fades away really quick, that's great, because it's going to give you time to make peace with it and decide what you want to do. Alright, I'm going to stop talking it to death. Whatever the message is supposed to be, I feel like it's there. So thank you for watching. I hope that helps. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.